Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is for Kim. Hope you're doing well. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And she wanted me to review Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which I might as well call Winnie the Pooh Bag of Money. Because that's really what this is about. It's about a bag of money that the makers of this film got and ran. And ran so much that they hit the sequel plantation, and now they're going to scrounge up some more shit for the audience. Because I'll tell you one thing, no matter how bad this movie is, the people who made this are geniuses, and there you go, Winnie the Pooh, bag of money. Here's the thing, Winnie the Pooh, for those who don't know, went into public domain. Because one of those things that, was it like 70 years or something after the author dies, or 100 and some years, something goes into the public domain. So for example, like Mickey Mouse, next year or so, technically his first appearance where he looks different and his hands are different, that enters public domain, but I'm sure Disney has ways to work around licenses, and you better do this, And I think like Superman, like Action Comics, goes to public domain in less than a decade. But I'm sure there's a lot of particulars Warner Bros. Are going to have on that, where it's Action Comics. So back then, Superman could not fly. So if you try to do your own Superman, he can't fly, because back then he could only leap around, and if you have the S a certain way, we're going to look over it and then find one little discrepancy, we'll sue you. But technically some of these characters will go public domain, thus Winnie the Pooh. And maybe that's why not all the characters are in this, because some of them may not have gone into public domain, although I've heard they're doing a sequel, and I heard Tigger will be in it, although I didn't think Tigger was public domain. I don't know. I mean, anyway, this happened, and someone thought, hey, let's take these characters, we make a horror movie where they kill people, and lo and behold, it got a buzz. Now, granted, it could be a buzz that fucking makes you have diarrhea, and you sing to the porcelain gods all night long, but these guys, I mean, would have been great if they made a good movie too, or even a half-decent movie. That would have been a nice asset. That would have been a nice little addition. But no. It's, hey, let's make this movie, and it's short, and it's out there. And even if people say that's stupid, they watch it out of curiosity. So they got that money, or they got those views, or they got whatever the hell, enough that they're making a sequel. Now, whether that sequel is like, well, I saw people saw once, they got the gist of it, they pass, that could very well be, but they still got their bag of money. So, again, part of me is like, damn, I wish I would have thought of it first. I could make a shitty movie, too, about Winnie the Pooh killing people, and could have made a lot of money on it. So, people made it are geniuses on a business front. Sadly, not the case on a filmmaking front, and especially not on a writing front. So, Winnie the Pooh, Bag of Money, it opens with a guy that sounds like Malcolm McDowell. I don't think it is, but it sounds like him. And you have this kind of animation, but not quite, like pencil animation, where Christopher Robin befriended Pooh Bear, and it was Eeyore, Rabbit, Owl, and Piglet. Now, you never hear these other characters talk. At least, not in this opening you do. And they were friends, and then he went to college, and then all of a sudden, these other characters, apparently they didn't know how to fucking eat before Christopher Robin got there. Makes me wonder, how the fuck did they survive before Robin got there? Like, what did they survive on? It's not like they were infant babies. I mean, they were still in the forest. They were still trying to survive. They were still surviving enough to be a kid, or half human, half ant, what the fuck it is. So they did survive. So how the fuck is it that Robin leaves and all of a sudden they're starving? I mean, it's a forest. You can't find any shit in a forest, and you're an animal. Go to another fucking forest. Go to a Wendy's. And hey, look what I am. I could do some tricks. I could talk. Give me a free burger. Go fucking anywhere. How did you survive before Robin got there? So then they kill Eeyore. Which, no, you don't see anything. It's pretty much animation, pencil drawings of Eeyore in a corner, them approaching, cut away. And then we don't know what the hell happened to Rabbit, and we don't know what happened to Owl. I guess maybe saved for the sequel. But Rabbit and Owl, throughout this entire film, I'm thinking, where the hell did they go? Oh, they went to the budget where, oh shit, we don't have enough money for all four. We only have money for two. So Rabbit and Owl, they, I don't know, went to Florida. They, I don't know, found a bus to catch. Don't know what the fuck happened to Rabbit and Owl. Maybe they looked at the script and said, fuck this, and left. Also, Christopher Robin, you're going to college. You're not like, hey, here's a cell phone. You know how to use this shit? If cell phones even work. Or, hey, if you need to contact me, I'm sure there are very ways. You're going to college. I'm sure there's various ways to contact each other. Also, again, by this point, you should be able to live on your own, or it's your own fucking fault. He's not your dad. Is Christopher Robin your dad? Pooh Bear? You poor fuck? You fat ass? I mean, you're fat. Well, I guess not in the movie he's fat, but usually you're fat, so you must be able to find food somewhere. So Christopher Robin comes back with his love, his wife, and you know, things happen. He's like, oh yeah, I can't wait for you to show them, you know, for me to show them to you. Now, granted, I'm trying to think how many years it would have been since he went to college. You think he would have taken pictures, video footage, for his own personal collection, and then he could show that to his wife? Or hell, show it to anybody. Say, hey, you know what? I'm tired of these motherfuckers being in the forest. Let me show you guys, and let's get some animal rights people to put them in a sanctuary or something. A penthouse. I don't have a fucking deal with Subway. Just not the Jared kind. Or you go to jail. But apparently, I don't know what year it's supposed to take place, but I mean, if you went to college, there's still a camera. Take a fucking video camera. Anything. Film some shit. At least I would. If I'm talking to talking animals, okay, if I went somewhere and found the Ninja Turtles, I would find a way to fucking record it. For my own prosperity. They'll probably say, no, we're ninjas, you ain't filming that shit. I'd be like, no, this is my own personal collection. And, obviously, if they trust me enough to be friends, they trust me with that. But anyway, whatever. I'm thinking too much, more than the people who wrote this. So they hear noise, they're hiding around. Piglet puts a chain around the wife, and Rob is like, no, please, Piglet, what are you doing? And then he runs off, and his wife is killed. Not really much of a gory death, just pretty much she's choked to death on the chain. And then he's like, something's wrong with Piglet, he killed my wife. Which, I mean, is a goofy line. And then Pooh Bear beats the shit out of him. And here's one of the many, many, many problems with the movie. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, they just look like demented fans of the cartoon. they don't seem like Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. So it's like this is all done for nothing. I mean, you look at Winnie the Pooh, it seems like, again, a guy who was a diehard fan of Winnie the Pooh, and I don't know, he went crazy because it got canceled. Maybe that's what it was. He's mad it got canceled, and he decided to go live in the woods with his buddies, and decided to wear a shitty mask. That's what it seems like. It seems more like a lame ripoff of Wrong Turn. This really comes off as just a really lame. I like the original Wrong Turn. Rob Schmidt directed it. What's her name? Damn it. Forgot her damn name. Desmond Harrington starred in it. And I like the actress too. She was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anyway. Just to watch Wrong Turn, the original. Or hell, Wrong Turn 2, I think is better than this. With Henry Rollins. This is just a shitty ripoff of that. It looks like just a regular person walking around with like yellow gloves. That's what really Winnie the Pooh has, is cheap enough. It's pretty much just yellow gloves. And with a shitty mask. And it's just a wannabe Jason Voorhees, a wannabe Wrong Turn hillbilly, or whatever. They don't have the look of Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if that's because they couldn't get the outfit of Winnie the Pooh because that part wasn't public domain, or just because, well, we want his fucking pantless. That means his junk will be hanging out. Or whatever the hell reason. But, same with Piglet. It's just like a guy, like a normal looking body, normal looking person, but with a pig little mask with a tusk here and tusk there. They just look, again, shitty wannabe Jason Voorhees ripoffs. Again, bunch of demented fans. That's what it seems like. If you told me these were demented fans of the cartoon, that would be more in the ballpark. And nothing is done with the concept that it's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. Nothing. This is so interchangeable. This could have been Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse and Goofy, Goofy and Donald Duck, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. It could have been any of those combinations. Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse, Daffy Duck and Donald Duck. It could be any combination. It would be the same fucking movie. And that's the thing, is that you get the property, you get the Winnie the Pooh product, and you do nothing with it. I mean, whether it be, okay, Winnie the Pooh likes getting stuck getting honey. What if he's getting stuck trying to get a human, and there's like he would get stuck, he would go, oh man, oh brother, I'm stuck. Kind of like the man when he's trying to get honey, but he's trying to get a human victim. Or Piglet still talking like Piglet would. But again, is that part public domain, or is it just a book, so that's why they don't have him talk much, except very, very, very briefly, 1 or 2 times. But maybe if they talked like the cartoon, then they would be sued. Yeah. So that's the thing, is that when you get this stuff, it's put the name out there. Wow, that's a weird concept. Get people's eyes on the product, take their fucking money, and run away. That's why I didn't bother seeing this film. I'm surprised this wasn't requested earlier. But probably because they knew the same thing I did. It's dog shit. And I'm like, I'm not wasting my money watching this. And I did. I found it somewhere they're free to watch. But thank you, Tim, for the request. That's the only reason I would watch this, if it was a paid request. Which thankfully this was. But like I said, nothing's done with the concept. Completely interchangeable. Yeah, it could have been Ronald McDonald and the fucking Grimace. It'd be the same damn thing. The characters are absolutely nothing. Maria, she was stalked by a guy who is shit at his job of stalking, because he'll like look at her and undo her blouse. She wakes up, and he's like, runs off, doesn't try to stop, doesn't try to fight, doesn't try to do anything to her. He just runs off and he disappears. And then you're thinking, okay, this stalker, is he like going to follow her to the woods? and then it's going to be like you got to deal with two sets of villains, the Stalker as well as Pooh Bear, or something like the Pooh Bear finds the Stalker, and or have a scene where the Stalker is stalking her, but then Pooh Bear is stalking him. I don't know, none of that. So that the whole stalking thing, I don't even know why it's in there. It doesn't accomplish anything. It's not even like, okay, she's afraid, but now she's gonna not be afraid anymore. No, none of that. There's nothing to it. Completely pointless. And it's a group of ladies, university students, going to the 100 Acre Woods. I still don't understand why the fuck they're going in the middle of nowhere. They probably said it, I don't fucking remember. And I don't give a shit. But for some reason they're going to the 100 Acre Woods in the middle of fucking nowhere. They go to gas stations that look like they haven't been used in 1942. But they still think everything works. And you do get some kills along the way. Granted, practical, I did not notice much CGI. Winnie the Pooh takes a girl, slams her into something, puts her in a wood chipper, where it's pretty much like her leg shaking, and then you cut to blood coming out on the other side. I mean, if I want to see that done better, I watched Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. I also, appreciate the fact that Winnie the Pooh said, you know what, I gotta take your shirt off before I do it. Because he grabs her and then rips her shirt off so her titties are out. So, now, maybe Winnie the Pooh, what if Winnie the Pooh's like, is there honey in your, I love honey. I want some milk. And then got milk and tries to suck the milk. Well, I mean, it's one of these type of movies. I'm surprised they didn't try to do something like that, shocking or crazy. Honey. I need some milk with my honey. And like, do you have milk in them titties? No, they don't do any of that. I can't even say I would want to see that. I'm just spitballing like stuff they could do that would make people, what the fuck? But it's more boring. It's more fucking boring than anything. There's another girl who she's in a hot tub and she's taking pictures, selfies, and she sees someone in a creepy mask in the distance. She goes out, hey, you out there? Goes back to the tub and closes her eyes. If I see someone, I don't care if it's in a Best Buy uniform. If they're in the middle of nowhere and they're staring at me when I'm a tub, I'm going back and get into a fucking tub and close my eyes. I'm getting my clothes, I'm getting the fuck out, I'm going home and drinking this. But Winnie the Pooh and Piglet chloroform her. Now, why they went through that, they didn't just kill her in the tub, I don't know. Like, they chloroform her to the, like, because sometimes it's like, we'll kill him quick, but then sometimes it's just for the shits and giggles. We're going to tie her up, and then put her in the road, and then slowly run her head over with a car. Because also they know how to drive. Which, again, if you know how to drive, then you should know how to get fucking food. And, rabbits starved us. But you know how to fucking drive, apparently. Drive to another forest. It's not the only forest in the fucking world. I know it's getting bad, but it's not that bad yet. If you could drive to a fucking forest. Another one that has food. Fuck face. And the whole time, Christopher Robin is somewhere, and he's tied up because Pooh and Piglet want to torture him. I'm like, why? Because you're too much of a pussy that goes somewhere else? Because you're too much of a chicken shit that you needed a kid to take care of you? You guys were, I guess, the same age, technically. He wasn't your fucking dad. There's more of you than him. There are 5 of you. You, Piglet, Eeyore, Rabbit, and Owl. The 5 of you trying. What the fuck were the 5 of you doing before Robin got there? What the fuck were you doing after Robin left? Just sitting on your ass with the thumbs deep in? It's your own fucking fault. Take responsibility, you fuck nut. Fat ass Steven Seagal looking motherfucker. And the acting is shit. Christopher Robin's a pussy. He's a pussy for almost the entire fucking movie. Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of dumb things in the movie, but it's called Winnie the Pooh, Bag of Money. I'm like, hey, yeah, and rain is wet, and the sky is blue, and we all have an asshole. It's apparent a movie like this is going to be dumb as shit. And lo and behold, it's dumb as shit. So the acting sucks. The characters suck. It takes itself very, very, very seriously. And on one hand, I could kind of appreciate that, you could have a movie like winking every 5 minutes, like a Sharknado. And at times when you do that, you thinking, man, if they were a bit more straightforward, straight-laced, straight-faced, maybe you get some laughs out of it. But they like go for zero comedy, it seems. And I thought that was a mistake. It's like the pendulum on the other side. Way too far to the other side. And for me, that was a mistake. There should have been some levity. There should have been some humor. There should have been some Winnie the Poohism, some bits. They didn't make the concept like, okay, this is why it was done. I mean, we know why it was done. Told you, money, but that's the thing. It's an idea that even if you were a semblance of interested, they do nothing with. And if you wonder why I keep looking down, I put notes down because I'm not going to remember this damn movie. I think it came out this year, and I'm not going to remember this movie by the end of the year. So there's a bit where they're chasing these girls, and Piglet chases one into a swimming pool, hits her in the face with a sledgehammer, and the other person's just so obvious, so scared. She doesn't move, she doesn't do anything, then I guess she passes out. And then, I don't know why the hell they do this, they pick her up, they put her somewhere, they tie her up, and then, I don't know what the fuck Pooh is doing. He's trying to feed her honey? And then, he's like just bitch slapping her? And I'm sitting there going, okay, is this going to be a trap they set? But no, the 2 other ladies come and get her out, and no, there was no trap. Was that a way of Winnie the Pooh being horny? I don't fucking know. His version of foreplay? I don't fucking know. And then, like, at this point, there's like 3 left. And then they find this random lady. Well, they find Christopher Robin. I forget what they... I forget if he runs off. I forget what happened. But they also find this other lady. And I'm like, who the fuck is this lady? Like, did I miss something? Who is this lady? And I think Robin says, oh, that's the one they brought in earlier. Wouldn't that be something that'd be nice to... Did they bring this person up before and I just didn't notice? Could very well be the case because I was bored. But I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, there's a gun. I think they fire once and they miss. And then they fire again, and then there's only 1 bullet in the gun, because, you know, whenever you have guns, of course you should only have 1 bullet in it. Why not? I mean, Yeah, there's you could put at least 6 bullets in here, but just have one, just because. And she gets mauled. When I say mauled, as in Piglet takes her down and just hovering over here far away, and we don't see anything. So even if you're a big gorehound, there's very few that you actually see. Like when the one girl's head is crushed by the car, it pretty much cut away, then cut to like an eyeball hanging out, and the girl going, eh. So the one girl that was caught and tied up, she stays behind, gets a sledgehammer, hits Piglet, ties Piglet up, kills him, which isn't even that satisfying. It's not like get the sledgehammer down and the head blows up or the head cracks or the head explodes. Does he have a mask on? So because you have a mask, you put anything here like bust the brain, busted open and a brain showing, boom and a piece. No, nothing. It's pretty much we see him tied up, we see his back, she slams down and he puts his head down from the back. Ugh. Like, that's it. I mean, that's not satisfying at all. Maybe they did that because, hey, maybe somehow we could say he's alive, even though it seems like he's dead here. So then Pooh finds it, pissed at her, grabs her, puts a knife or machete in her mouth. Not a bad kill, I'll admit. So there's 2 ladies left. I forget what the fuck happened with Christopher Robin. I guess he just ran off or whatever. Because he's a pussy. These 2 ladies run. And again, all this stuff about the stalking incidents with this Maria girl, nothing about that is ever brought back up. Nothing is done with that. Again, completely pointless. So they get to these drunks in this truck. Just so happens these drunks are just in this truck. Now these girls, they get into the truck. They have the keys. They just start the car anytime. They don't. Why? I have no idea. So they just stare while these 4 or 5, whatever the hell many drunks. It's like, great. I saw this shit in Halloween Kills. Evil dies tonight. Was it? Pooh dies tonight. Pooh dies tonight. Pooh dies tonight. Great. Another scene where a bunch of idiots get in around a killer. They're beating him up. They don't finish the job. They're fucking around. And then the killer goes and kills them. Again, I saw that shit done. And it's sad when I say even Halloween Kills is better than this movie. And I did not like that movie at all. But yes, even that's better than this movie. Because even that has better acting than this movie. I mean, just as dumb strips, but I hate that movie, but it's better than this. And you're thinking, drive, bitch, drive. You got the fucking keys, but they're just sitting in the truck watching for whatever the fuck reason, I don't know. And then Pooh gets more feral, and now he can, with his hands, do this and cut someone's hand off, and do this and cut someone's face up. I'm like, why the fuck was he doing these kind of kills earlier? At least that'd be more inventive than a fucking Piglet just putting a chain around someone's neck or something, but if you didn't do this, why the fuck do you need a knife to put in someone's mouth? If you got this power and this claws and shit. But hey, what do I know? So, also, I guess he can control bees. And I missed this at first because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. There's a guy like running away, very, very far away, and Pooh turns and like does this, and I guess bees descend and kill the guy. I did not know he could control bees. As a friend of mine said, I guess maybe Candyman was around. Or he learned from Candyman. Or maybe he is Candyman. I don't fucking know. But apparently he can control bees in this one instance. So yeah, there must have been like 3 or 4 guys. And then finally, after they've sat there for 5 minutes, then they decide to drive. And then Pooh's on top of the truck. And the truck crashes. And he drags the one girl with glasses up. Off screen, rips her head off, then shows her head. The lead girl doesn't know what to do. Christopher Robin finally does something non-pussy and slams his truck into Pooh, so he's sandwiched in both trucks. Now granted, this is when you also get a weapon and cut the fucker's head off, but no, they're too stupid for that. Robin's getting the girl out. Pooh breaks out, grabs the girl. Spoilers, I don't give a shit. Christopher Robin, please, Pooh, don't do it. I'm like, he killed your wife. You think he's going to listen to you now? Slits the lead girl's throat. And then I guess he's just pissed off and keeps stabbing her and stabbing her. And Christopher Robin, I mean, technically this is the smart thing to do. He's like, I have no weapon. He's pissed. He runs off to the woods. And then the movie's over. And from what I understand, in the sequel, there's going to be a Christopher Robin, Winnie the Pooh, probably Owl and Rabbit. I don't think they could use Tigger. Who gives a shit? The movie is bullshit. It's boring, lame, underwhelming, plays it straight, which I think... You know what? Maybe this would have worked as a 3-minute Funny or Die sketch. Maybe. Even at an hour and 20-some minutes, it becomes very fucking boring. And like I said, other than the title and the first couple minutes of that pencil sketch animation, it's like I said, it's interchangeable. It could have been any 2 random characters you pick. He-Man and fucking Skeletor. And it'd be the same goddamn movie with the way they did it. A lame, shitty, wrong turn ripoff. Nothing to the characters, nothing to the acting. The kills at times are average. You've seen done better multiple movies if you watch these kind of films. An ending that's not really much of a closure of an ending. To be continued, it might as well have. No sense of humor. Any positives? The look of the film... I'm surprised it doesn't have like this cheap shot on video look. Like the look of the film isn't that bad. Like certain shots of the woods aren't that bad. And apparently the roosters feel the same way. So it looks a little bit slicker than you would think a movie like this would be. That's it. Like I say, even at the very least, like, have them look like the characters. But they don't. And... is anyone surprised this is a shitty movie? No. But, I mean, you think maybe it could be like a fun, campy movie, so bad it's good movie... But no, they took it really serious and they took it really boring. You know it's going to be dumb, you know it's going to be stupid, but there's nothing fun about it. In fact, you could say someone it's mean-spirited as well. You know, again, killing the guy's wife, and I think there's a bit where they take her blood and shower Christopher Robin with it, and again, the lead girl dying at the end. So, even if you were, which there's no reason to like these characters, but even if you did, like, try and be like mean-spirited, and I don't know, it's crap all around, shit all around. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.